friend, John MacLennan here, and in this video, you're going to learn how to play Hold On as recorded by Alabama Shakes on guitar. Now, this song is a great song for newer players. It uses just 2 chords, but it has such a great groove and feel to it. I'm going to show you a simple way of playing the chords just in open position. Then we're also going to dive into the more lead electric part that goes on top of those chords as well. So if you're more of an advanced player, you could take the progression and play that groove into, say, a looper pedal or record yourself playing it, and then you can practice some of these more advanced lead parts on top. But before we dive into it, if you're new here, I've got a gift for you. I put together this awesome fretboard guide that's going to show you the 5 must-know chords and scales to play in any style, anywhere on the neck. And it's going to tie right in with today's video because today's song, the song Hold On, is in the key of C. And this chart that I have that shows you all the scales and chords that go together is also in the key of C as well. So when we learn more of the lead parts, you're going to see how those parts are actually just parts of the scale, but played in a musical way. So grab your copy completely for free. Just go to johnmaclennan.com/fretboard guide or use the first link down below. All right, well, with that said, let's break down this tune. Let's break down how to play Hold On as recorded by Alabama Shakes. Now, the first part I'm going to show you is just the chord progression, and this would be a rhythm part that you could use through the entire song. Here's what it sounds like. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is just a 2-bar figure here, and we're gonna move between 2 chords. Essentially, it's a C and an F chord. Now the song's in the key of C, so this would be what's called a 1-4 chord progression. Now I'll show you a few different ways that you can play this. The first way that I would recommend would be like this. We're gonna play our typical C chord. But what you want to do is you want to bring your ring finger up to the 6th string and place that on the 3rd fret of that low E. Then put your pinky on right where that ring finger was on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. And what this gives you is a chord called a C over G. So you took that C chord, but you put the G in the bass. And it sounds really strong. It's just a great start to this song because it has this really just kind of just strong sounding 1 chord here. And what I'm playing really would be 3rd fret, 3rd fret, and then just a typical C. So 2nd fret of the 4th string, open G, 1st fret on the 2nd string, and then open 1st string. We can play all 6 strings now for a C chord, which is cool because normally we would just play from 5 down. Now we get this extra bass note in there. Now this chord is going to last for a measure and a half, or 6 beats. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Then on beat 3 in the 2nd bar, what you're going to do is you're going to keep your index finger where it is, but you're going to bring all your other fingers down 1 string. And you should be playing now from the 5th string down, 3, 3, 2, 1. Now here I mute the low E, and I do that by just lightly touching it with either my thumb, or you can use your ring finger here. Just come into contact with the string. Then I also mute off that 1st string with like this part of my index finger there, just leaning over and touching it. So now I've got a C, and look at how close these chords are to one another, you know? It's a lot easier than going C, then F, then C, you know? You could do that to a full F chord, you know, a bar chord. But this is, I think this is more of a folk kind of style of playing it. It sounds really great, even on electric or acoustic, whatever you're playing. So you've got C, and then to, this is called an F over C. And so C over G to F over C. Essentially, you could just think of it as C to F. So we're gonna strum this rhythm pattern. 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and a 4, E, and a 1, then restart. So I'm starting out with just a quarter note. I'm doing a down strum, 1. Then on beat 2, I'm dropping my hand on the strings and muting and going 2 and playing eighth notes, 2 downs. So 1, 2, and. Then I repeat that again for beats 3 and 4, 3 and 4 and. And what this does is create a really cool backbeat. Just. Then we continue that again in bar 2, 1, 2, and. But when we go to the F chord, we're gonna play some 16th notes. Here we're gonna bring in a down-up pattern. We're gonna alternate. We're gonna go down, up, then rest, then up, down. 3 E and a, 4 E and a. So all together it's gonna go 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, repeat. Now I am using a little bit of reverb, and that just gives me a sense of space. If I turn off the reverb, it'll sound a little bit more what I call a dry guitar tone. Sounds like this. Now I'll add in the reverb and you'll hear this sense of space. So the vibe on this song is definitely, you know, a what I call a wetter guitar tone as opposed to a drier guitar tone. So there's a little bit more reverb on there, and it just sounds kind of more vintagey to me. So that's it for the chord progression. That goes for the whole song. Just C to F over C, back and forth, and you kind of bring it down for the verse, play a little quieter. Then when the chorus comes, you can just, you know, build it up like this. Just play louder for the chorus. Now, there is another guitar that is doing some cool little fills on top of that main progression. So let's talk about that next. The guitar starts off, the second guitar starts off with a similar groove, just going like this. Then it goes into this cool little riff that goes over the main progression we just learned. So it starts off the same way. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and. So that's all exactly the same. But then instead of going, we've got a cool little fill like this. And this is almost like a Motown, or it's just a really cool rhythm guitar part. It's coming off of the F chord, and we're gonna hammer from 3 to 5 on the 6th string. Then play 3-3 on the 5th string. So those are all 16th notes on beat 3. Then we'll go back to the 5th fret of the low E, and then the 3rd fret on the 5th string. So 1. And it goes with da 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 da, the rhythm part. Rhythmically, it's copying the same rhythm, just now playing more of a single note. Then it goes to this cool part here. Just a great little 2-bar figure here. So let me break it down for you. We're gonna come out of that riff and slide up to the 7th fret on the 5th string. You can use, I'm using my pinky, you could use your ring finger, whatever's comfortable for you. Then jump back down to 5 on the 6th string, then 3 on the 5th string. So that's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, then and 1. Okay, that's 5 to 3 on the low E string. Then we're gonna do the same kind of figure. Okay, that's a hammer from 3 to 5 on the low E, then 3 on the 5th string, 5 on the 6th string, 3 on the 5th string. And then we do 5-3 again on the 6th to the 5th string. And then we slide up again and restart. Down, boom, boom. Such a cool little part there. Now I am kind of dropping my hand, again, really emphasizing that backbeat. Remember when we did the rhythm, we were going 1, 2, and 3, 4, and kind of hitting those, just slapping on the strings basically, or dropping your hand. And then with the reverb, you get that cool kind of just, it's almost like a snare drum on a, you know, like what a drummer would play. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and so as that riff is going, where I can, I'm emphasizing the backbeat as well. So let's hear what both these parts sound like together. So if I play this riff on top of the main progression, I'm gonna play the main progression from a looper and then play the riff on top. Check it out. So you can hear how those parts go together. Then as the song progresses, like when you move to the chorus and the vocalist sings, you got to hold on, there's some other cool little fills, like the guitar player does this fill, he goes, just a little double stop there. And there's a few ways you could do it. You could do it here on the 5th fret of the 4th string, hammer to 7, and then grab 5 on the 3rd string. Just repeat that. And then you could slide into 9 and 8 here on the 3rd and 2nd strings. Then you just walk down the notes of a C major scale. You could also do it here. And then that slide would be there. So there's a lot of little fills, but that gives you some ideas for playing on top of this progression. So start out with just the chords and practice switching if those are some new shapes, playing the C over G and then playing F like this. Just get those shapes down, then add the rhythm, then add the lead stuff on top. And to help you even more, be sure to pick up my ultimate fretboard guide at the first link down below that is going to show you all the chords and scales that I use here in the key of C, so it ties right in with today's song. And that's something that's so important, is understanding the chord and scale connection. I don't necessarily think of lead and rhythm playing as two different things. I think of them as the same thing. It's just playing notes of the chord or playing the full chord. So grab your copy completely for free. Just go to johnmaclennan.com/fretboard guide or use the first link down below. And next, before you go, I want to hear from you. Leave a comment down below and let me know your #1 struggle with guitar. Just comment it down below so I can make some future videos here on the channel helping you out. As always, thanks for your support with the videos, and we'll catch you in another one real soon.